The following portion of Fox 43 AM Live is sponsored by Endeavor Private Wealth.
And Chris McGee, managing partner at Endeavor Private Wealth, has joined us for our latest segment on investing. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back, by the way. So in our last program, your colleague Brady Franklin discussed how homeowners may qualify for an exclusion of some or all of the capital gains on the sale of their primary residence. Suppose instead of selling their home, an investor sells another piece of property or a business asset and realizes a substantial gain. Do they have any other options but to pay the tax man?
Dane, it's good to be back with you. There are several planning options, too many to discuss in a single program. However, there is one approach that has been praised for the potential tax planning benefits for investors with capital gains and the potential to provide a positive social impact. What I'm referring to is investing in a qualified opportunity zone.
Okay, so what is a qualified opportunity zone?
A QOZ is an economically distressed census tract that has been nominated by the state and designated by the U.S. Treasury Department that is eligible to receive exclusive tax benefits for investors with capital gains. There are 74 QOZs in Kansas, and nationwide there are 8,762 opportunity zones covering approximately 18% of the land in America. An investor can sell appreciated assets such as real estate and stock, invest the capital gains into a qualified opportunity zone fund. The fund must hold at least 90% of its assets in a qualified opportunity zone property and make investments to be used in a trade or business that substantially improves the use and economic viability of the property.
How does the program work?
An investor with capital gains may elect to defer the tax on some or all of the gains if they are investing in a qualified opportunity zone fund within 180 days of the sale or exchange. The deferral is effective until December 31st, 2026, so the tax would be due with the filing of your 2026 tax return in 2027. However, the most significant benefit of the program is that the investment is held in an opportunity fund for at least 10 years, and any appreciation the investor realizes will be tax-free up until 2047, when the program is currently set to expire.
In order to be eligible for these benefits, are investors restricted to opportunity zone funds available in their state?
No. So investors don't have to live, work, or have a business in the opportunity zone. All they need to do is invest a recognized gain in a qualified opportunity fund. That said, there are 3 federal opportunity zones in Topeka and Shawnee County, focused in the redevelopment of our downtown district and providing our community with a significant increased quality of life and quality of workplace.
Chris, any final thoughts on this subject?
Qualified opportunity funds are investments that involve risk, which include potential market losses, liquidity risk, and business risk, just to name a few. And there are a multitude of income tax planning issues and considerations. That is why we believe it is important to seek the advice of your legal and tax counsels. Also, along with your trusted financial advisor before pursuing such an investment to determine if it makes sense in your unique profile and financial objectives.
Well, Chris, as always, we appreciate your thoughts and insights. And for everybody to learn more about Endeavor Private Wealth, visit EndeavorPW.com.